Hey guys, my name is Mackenzie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a massive book haul to show you guys. I think I have about 20 books that I've either bought recently or I've received. I was in a book buying ban from February to April. During that time, I didn't buy a single book, so I went a little crazy recently. So originally I was going to make this video and unboxing my book mail with me, but as you can see, I already opened all of my boxes. I just literally could not wait. Sometimes I get way too excited when I buy books. And then I had like all of my boxes lined up and I was like, no, I can't open them, I can't open them. And then it was just taking forever for some of the books to get into the mail and I didn't feel like waiting, so I just opened up all of my boxes. I like watching unboxing book videos because it's just so much fun to watch people unbox things. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd rather see me do an unboxing book video versus just a book haul where I show you guys the books. So let's just get right into the video. So I'm going to start with the books I most recently bought, and these two books that I'm about to show you just came in the mail yesterday, so it was perfect timing. Also, a disclaimer, you're probably going to hear a lot of birds chirping. Currently there's birds living in my air conditioner right now, so I apologize if you can hear them in the background. So the first book I have is called Cleopatra and Frankenstein. This is by Coco Mellows. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm probably going to say that a lot, but I've been wanting to get my hands on this book for a long time. There's just something about this cover that I find so interesting and I think it is stunning. I also haven't seen many reviews about this book, so let me know in the comments down below whether you've read it and if you liked it. All I know about this book is that it takes place in New York and I believe there might be an age gap. Yeah, so on the back it says that Cleo, which is the female main character, is 24 years old and she's been partying like every night, and one night she runs into Frank, I think on a New Year's Eve party. And he is successful and 20 years older, so there is an age gap in this book. I've heard that the writing of this book is kind of similar to Sally Rooney with Normal People. I feel like I'm the only person that didn't love Normal People. I might have to reread that book because I read it years ago and I know a lot of people are obsessed with it. I don't read many books that have an age gap, but I'm really excited to read this and I hope it's good. The next book that I got is called One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. And if you don't know, they are the author of The Atlas 6 and Alone with You in the Ether, which is one of my favorite books. And I'm one of those lucky people who was able to get their hands on the original cover of Alone with You in the Ether. And as you can tell, like, I love this book so much. The way she writes is so beautiful. So when I found out that she came out with this book, I knew I need to get my hands on it. And this cover, like, this is so beautiful. And not only is the cover stunning, but there's also illustrations and drawings in the book. And I believe in the Atlas 6 there was also illustrations in that book as well. And I need to get my hands on the Atlas 6, The Paradox. I think that's book 2. I haven't gotten my hands on that one yet, but look at that. Like, tell me that isn't just so cool. This book also takes place in New York and I believe it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, so I'm so excited to read this. I forgot to mention, but both of these books are from Book Depository and they are UK covers. Sadly, you can't order from Book Depository anymore because they closed down, but that's one of the reasons why these books are so pretty, because both of them are from the UK. The books also came with these really cute bookmarks, and this one has a little cat on it, and I just love getting new bookmarks. The next book that I bought was just released this week and is one of my most highly anticipated reads of the year, and that is Meet Me by the Lake by Carly Fortune. And Carly Fortune, she is the same author of Every Summer After. I know this one has a lot of mixed reviews because of what happens at the end, but I really enjoyed this book. I just really enjoyed her writing style, so I'm really excited to read this one. And these covers, like both of them together, are just so pretty. And like, tell me that this does not scream summer. Like, this just looks like a sunset. Even though I enjoyed this book, I'm just praying that this one is a little different and she doesn't include the same trope. If you know, you know. I think this is going to be the perfect summer book. It just really makes me want to read by a lake, and I really hope it lives up to the hype. The next couple of books that I bought are all from Book of the Month, and no, this is not sponsored. I just personally really like Book of the Month. The first two books that I got are both by the same author, Abby Jimenez. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, but the first one is called Part of Your World, And the second one is called Yours Truly. I've been seeing these books all over Bookstagram. I've seen nothing but great reviews on these books. First one, I believe, is a small town romance. All I know is that the female main character is a doctor, and I believe the male character in this book is a carpenter. There is an age gap in this book, but the female is actually older than the male, which is really interesting. I never read a book with an age gap where the female was older than the male, so I'm really excited to read these. The next book that I got from Book of the Month is called Adelaide. I just saw the cover of this book and I was like, this looks like it screams spring with the flowers, and I feel like it's pretty hard to find books for like springtime. You know, sometimes you just buy a book based on its cover. You know what, let's read the summary together and figure out what this book is about. So it says, for 26-year-old Adeline Williams, an American living in dreamy London, one day she meets a charming Englishman out of the blue, the one she wasn't looking for. It then says, when love asks too much of us, how do we find the strength to put ourselves first? With unflinching honesty and heart, this relatable debut from a fresh new voice explores grief and mental health while capturing the timeless nature of what it's like to be young and in love with your friends, with your city, and with a person who cannot, will not love you back. Wow. Okay. Well, this book seems like it is definitely going to make me cry, but I'm kind of excited to read this because just like our main character, I'm 26. I'm also American, and I would love to live in London. I love, Englishmen, especially Harry Styles. This seems like it's going to be a very relatable and realistic novel, so I'm excited to read this. The next two books that I bought, I am so excited to talk about, and that is the Six of Crows duology. And I just bought them in this box set from Amazon. So the first one is called Six of Crows, and the second one is called Crooked Kingdom. And if you don't know, these books are part of the Grisha universe, which is in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. And the reason why I bought both these books is because I recently just watched the Shadow and Bone series on Netflix. And guys, I understand the hype now. Like, I became so obsessed with the show. I think I finished season 1 in like 2 days, which is pretty fast for me because I don't watch a lot of TV. And I had no clue that the Shadow and Bone series on Netflix incorporated the Six of Crows characters, because I'm pretty sure both of these books actually don't really relate to the Shadow and Bone characters. They are just part of the same universe. And Kaz, I am so in love with Kaz, which is also one of the reasons why I really want to read these books. Now, I don't really have an interest in reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy just because I heard that those books are very boring and they're also pretty YA. I have seen people read both of these books without reading the Shadow and Bone series, so I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I should read the Shadow and Bone trilogy first, or if you think I will be okay with just diving into these books. And I'm just so excited to read about Kaz and Inez. Like, I just can't wait. Like, I'm just so excited. And the last book that I bought is called Every Last Word. So many people on my booktok have been commenting and telling me to read this book, so I finally decided to pick it up. And what I've seen from booktok is that this book is really sad, but it also has a crazy plot twist at the end. All I know about this book is that it is a YA book and it touches on topics of mental health. So I'm really excited to read this, and I hope it lives up to the hype. So those were all the books that I bought, and now I'm going to show you guys all the books that I received ARCs from. If you are new to the book world, then hi, welcome. But an ARC is basically just an advanced reader copy. Sometimes publishers or authors will send people books before they are released. That way they can have an honest review from other readers. That way readers can recommend and promote the books before they even come out. This first book that I'm going to show you guys has been getting so much hype on booktok and bookstagram, and it deserves all the hype because it was so good. And that is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I was so excited when the publishing company reached out to send me an ARC of this book. And not only did I receive one ARC, I received 2 ARCs of this book. And you're probably like, Mackenzie, why do you need 2 ARCs of the same book? And you're probably thinking, oh, these books are just the same. No, they're not the same. So this first one I received from the publishing company, and then this second one I received from the queen herself, Rebecca Yarros. And just wait for it. Wait until I show you guys what's inside. All right, are you ready for it? She signed this book. This is the first time I have ever received or owned a signed copy of a book, and it just says Mac, fly or die, and then her signature. I'm literally gonna treasure this book forever. Even though this is a book haul and I already read this book, I wanted to show you guys this because it recently just came out this month, and it was such a good book. The writing in this and the world building is just so great, and it follows dragons, there's spice, enemies to lovers, like anything you can imagine in a fantasy book, this has it. I highly recommend that you read this book, and I definitely believe that it's going to be probably in the top 10 or like the top book of the year. The next arc that I received is by Lisa Jewell, and it is called None of This Is True. If you don't know, Lisa Jewell is an author that writes mostly thriller books. I believe this comes out in August, but this one follows a girl who has a podcast, which I think is really interesting because I've never read a book about someone owning a podcast. And I believe that the main girl in this book decides to do a podcast series on this stranger. And as she's revealing the stranger's life, she learns weird things, and then other things start happening to her own family. Lisa Jewell is the author of And Then She Was Gone, which is super popular, and I really enjoyed that book, so I'm really excited to pick this up. The next book that I received an ARC for is by Aline Hildebrand, and this is called The 5-Star Weekend, and this actually comes out next month. For me personally, Aline Hildebrand is the queen of summer books. All of her books take place in Nantucket. I know you can't see, but I literally have 3 of her other books right there on my shelf. She just writes so many summer books, and reading her books, it just makes me want to go to Nantucket so badly. If you're looking for any summer reads, I highly suggest picking up one of her books. So those are all the books that I received ARCs for, and these next couple books that I'm going to show you guys, I've either received from authors or publishing companies, and these are all books that have already come out. I believe I got most of these from Artira Books, but the first one I want to show you guys is a book that has been going around a lot on Bookstagram, and that is called Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. Sarah Adams is the author of The Cheat Sheet and When in Rome. I haven't read When in Rome yet. I believe that was actually the first book to this one, and both When in Rome and this book take place in Rome, Kentucky. So like not Rome in Europe, but Rome, Kentucky. I have read The Cheat Sheet though, and I really enjoyed that book. I thought it was super cute. And this cover, someone has to do like a marketing thing about books with pink covers, because anytime I see a book with a pink cover, automatically it's a buy for me. Also, this guy with tattoos, and plus not only does he have tattoos, it looks like he has a butterfly tattoo. And you know who else has a butterfly tattoo? Mr. Harry Styles. I don't know why, but I feel like in every video I always somehow mention Harry Styles. He just controls my life and my thoughts. But this is Sarah Adams' most recent release, and this just seems like it's going to be a lighthearted, cute romance book, so I'm excited to read this. Also, real quick, like pink books, like these covers, they're just giving. They're giving everything. I just love it. This next book that I received has been on my summer TBR forever, and that is called One Italian Summer. I feel like everyone is going to Europe this summer. Sadly, I will not be having a European summer because your girl is broke. And I'm probably broke because I can't stop buying books, but I really hope that this book transports me to Italy. These next 2 books that I received are both by the same author, Hannah Helperin. I pray and I hope that I'm saying that last name right, but the first one that I received is called Something Wild, and the second one is called I Could Live Here Forever. I believe that both of these are literary fiction, and I just love a good literary fiction book. Also, there's just something about these covers together that is just so stunning. I don't have many yellow or red books. Judging by the cover of this book, it just seems like it might be kind of sad, but I know that this one is about a young female who is in a relationship with a recovering addict, which I think is going to be really interesting to read. And I believe that this one is about 2 sisters and their relationship with their mother. Both these books definitely do not seem like lighthearted reads. They definitely contain heavier topics, but I'm still excited to read them, so maybe I can learn something more that I didn't before. Alright, and then I received an entire box of books from Thought Catalog. Oh, if I can get them out of here, I'm struggling. Alright, it literally sent me so many books, and all of these books are either self-help books or books to just get your mind thinking. So the first book that they sent me is A Gentle Reminder. I've been seeing this book a lot, and it's literally like the title of this book is what this book is about. It's just filled with a bunch of gentle reminders to kind of just remind yourself to keep going when times get tough. And I think this is going to be the perfect book to put on my nightstand and just read a passage every night. This next book I see everywhere and is literally the definition of that girl, but it is called The Mountain Is You, and this is a book about self-sabotage. Next we have Moments to Hold Close, You Will Feel Whole Again, and The Pivot Year. Next they sent me You're Overthinking It, This Is How You Heal, which I feel like is perfect because right now I'm in my healing girl era. Like, forget hot girl summer, it is healing girl summer. Next they sent me 101 essays that will change the way you think. I'm really excited to read this because I think it's going to be very informative, and I also just saw another YouTuber reading this. I think it was Fernanda that was reading this, and I just love her videos. Also, I feel like these books would make the perfect coffee table books. And then these next two seem really fun. They sent me Manifesting for Beginners, a step-by-step guide to manifesting. And then they sent me Don't Panic. This just seems like a really fun read. So thank you, Thought Catalog, for sending me so many books, and I can't wait to be in my healing girl era this summer. So that is the end of my massive book haul. I now have to go clean my room because I literally have books scattered all over my floor. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of these books and what you thought. Also, be sure to let me know which book I should read first. I think I'm most excited to read The Six of Crows duology. With summer coming up, I think I also want to film a video where I do books to add to your summer TBR, so let me know if you want to see that. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. As always, be sure to follow me on my booktok and my bookstagram, where I post something almost every day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Be sure to be kind to one another, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!